Today's show is sponsored by the ABV Barrel Shop. The ABV Barrel Shop is located in the St. Louis metro community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on one thing, single barrels. Best of all, you can try before you buy. Head over to abvbarrelshop.com to sign up for their email and text distribution so you know what they have in stock, what classes are coming up, and who from the industry may be coming in to visit. The ABV Barrel Shop. It's where single barrels live. We are also sponsored by the Bar to Go. The Bar to Go offers traveling minibars that are no bigger than a small purse or toiletry bag. Best of all, they are fully customizable so you can create the perfect piece that is unique for you. If you own your own business, what a fun and unique way to promote what you do. Check them out online at thebartogo.com. That is the number 2 in the Bar to Go. If you have wholesale questions, call my friend Isabel Clark at 504-481-1297. Finally, we are sponsored by the Neely Family Distillery. NFD is a family-owned business that keeps ringing up awards in the spirits world. Head to Sparta, Kentucky to experience the family history, award-winning spirits, and meet the Neely family. Check them out online at neelyfamilydistillery.com. Now, on to the show.
Let's drink!
Welcome to the Bourbon Daily, the podcast about everything bourbon delivered to you every day of the week. Today on the show, we discuss the Colonel E.H. Taylor brand joining the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection. My name is Justine Mays. Please join me in welcoming my co-host, Steve Akeley, along with our special guests, Goeken and Joe Ferrara.
Hey, gang, what's up?
Hey, everybody.
Hey-o! So, yeah, we are going to have some fun today. We're going to be talking about Buffalo Trace and antique collection and an expansion of that. I think that's pretty cool, but we'll get to that after the break. First up, Joe, how you doing, man? You've been on in a while.
I'm doing pretty good. Good to see you guys.
Yeah.
It's been a while.
We need to get you on more, so hopefully we'll start. We'll get you rolling, coming back in. So yeah.
Sounds great.
Yeah, very cool. Goeken said there's something he wanted to talk about today. What is that, sir?
Yeah, I have a love relationship with cheese. I love cheese.
Okay.
And as I've gotten older,
yes,
I think it's possible that I am becoming lactose intolerant.
Oh, no.
Because cheese seems to bother me, just makes my stomach feel a little upset the next morning. But
okay.
I recently had, I got home from something, and we were all late. The wife and I were late, and we're like, "Oh, we're just gonna have snacks." So I was gonna have cheese and crackers for supper, and pull the cheese out, and there's quite a bit of green mold on the cheese, and so I'm a cheap guy, so I get the slicer out. I slice all the mold off everywhere around it, and the wife says, "Oh yeah, my sinus surgery. They said I was allergic. They did." Allergy tests, and they said, "Oh yeah, you're allergic to penicillium, the mold penicillium. So don't eat any cheese that's had green on it." We're like, we always cut the green off of cheese.
No, you can't. The hyphae fills the whole thing. The mold is just the exposure. This is just reaching the surface.
Apparently.
Yes.
So.
I know science.
Yes, Steve. That's what I think when I think of Steve. Steve, the scientist. Yeah. So. She says, "Yeah, I'm not supposed to eat that." I was like, "Well, I'm eating it because I've cut all the mold off, and that's what I want for supper." So I had it. I felt terrible the next day.
Well,
in the morning,
because you ate mold,
right?
Well, or maybe the cheese was bad.
I think you ate some bad cheese. Yeah, I don't think this is a lactose intolerant situation. You ate some bad cheese, dude.
Yeah. So apparently, it does. The mold goes in to the cheese farther than the green stuff.
Yeah, this goes back to like 7th grade, Mr. Chardin's, or maybe that was 9th grade, Mr. Chardin's science class. And
really?
Yeah. It's like, you get the cheese and it's got mold on it. That's all throughout it already. What you're seeing at the surface is just the end result of the infestation.
Look at blue cheese.
That has mold
some are made out of mold. Yes, but
that's all the way through the cheese, though.
Right. Correct.
Yeah,
that's
this wasn't all the way through. I only had to cut like a 1/4 inch off of all 6 sides, and then it was good.
He's busy cutting the cheese for sure. Now we know.
Now.
So
So
Yes.
it kind of led me to stuff being spoiled, which then got me on the date tangent. Are you a date follower?
Okay.
Like if there's something that's got a date on it, like the day it hits that date, or it's like gotta go, pitch it.
Mm-hmm. No.
Obviously, the mold eater. No, I don't even open some things before the date, like sour cream, cottage cheese, that stuff. A lot of times that's a month past because we buy enough of it ahead of time, but it's still
You're
sealed.
buying in
There's
bulk.
nothing wrong. Yeah.
The Price Club. Yeah. No, that doesn't matter. I always feel like you could tell when something like that is bad. In an example, the milk. I can do the sniff test, and I can tell you if the milk's bad or not. I don't need a date on there. I'll tell you if the milk's bad, and I don't. I test my own ways, and but yeah, I'm not too concerned about that kind of stuff. The dates on things. I figure they're always. I always figure they're just trying to sell you another one, right? They want you to be like, oh, I throw that away and I'll go buy another one. That's why a lot of those dates are on there. Yeah.
Yeah, they're usually best by date. It's not good anymore. It's just for best quality. But I wait till it either smells bad or starts to look bad.
He knows. Yeah, he's got it down. How about you, Justine?
It depends on what it is.
Right.
Like spices, obviously I don't. Like mustard or mayonnaise or something like that's been in the refrigerator. I noticed that my mustard was quite out of date, but it still tastes normal.
I'd say you're fine.
So, yeah, I mean, anything.
It has vinegar in it. In reality, vinegar's a preservative.
Yeah.
It's salt and vinegar.
Anything with dairy or anything like that, I don't.
You got to be more careful, right? You got to be more careful
but
with that stuff.
We did. At my job, we did a volunteer team building event, and we did it at the food bank. And so we were sorting food into things, and they actually have a list of if it's this, you can go this many months past the date, and if it's this, so they said anything that's acidic, in a can, tomato paste, tomato stewed tomatoes and stuff like that. They weren't quite as lenient on their after dates, but so I mean, you can go past the date, but I don't tend to. Depends on what it is.
Yeah. Here's a question for the group. You know who eats stuff past the expiration dates? Our parents or old people in your life. You ever go look through their cabinets or man, everything's past expired. They buy, I don't know, they buy too much and then it's just in there. I'll go to my mom's thing and it'll be like, oh, Mom, this expired in 2016.
She forgot it was in the fridge.
It
gets pushed behind something. Yeah.
That kind of stuff.
My mother was the opposite. She'd be throwing stuff out before the date.
Oh,
because it was open for 2 days. Now we're not going to eat this. It's not good anymore.
So my mom worked at the food pantry, and she said that they came in and told them a canned goods, like canned vegetables, corn, green beans, and stuff like that. They said if the can isn't leaking, it's good.
Yeah, pushed out.
Yeah. Only if they expand.
Yeah.
Or have a crack and are leaking. Are they bad?
Yeah.
But my brother-in-law, if it's a week before, he'll be like, I don't think so. He's like, that's no good. He pitches everything.
Huh. You should live you should buy a house next door to him because you would just eat all that food.
Yeah, I'll just
your grocery bill would go down.
I know.
You can go into his house and say, this is going to be out of date in about a week. You want me to take and get rid of it for you?
Yeah.
I'll help you out.
Oh, so there you go.
What you have to do if he's a bourbon drinker is start putting expiration dates on the bottle.
Yes. Yeah. Get some sort of stamp looking thing and then put it on there and he'll
go in and say, hey,
mind if I dispose of these for you? So yeah, there you go. On that note, guess what, gang? It's time to drink. What is everyone drinking? Let's start with Joe. Joe, what do you got there, man?
I'm drinking my Antique Collection E.H. Taylor.
Oh, good call.
Antique is that it's like a 10-year-old bottle.
Mm-hmm.
There's no cork. The cork cracked.
Oh, okay. I was going to say I didn't hear anything. I do have a Taylor right there.
That's all that's left of the cork.
All right. Next up is Justine Mays.
I have some Red Line Whiskey Co. Barrel Proof.
Okay.
It's stuck.
Okay, it ended up being it was a nice one. It was a nice cork pop. It was a lot of effort, but yeah. So Goeken, you're next. Justine has the lead.
I am also going with a Colonel E.H. Taylor.
Okay.
This is a fairly fresh bottle.
Okay.
Just the small batch.
Small batch.
Holding the bottle low, hoping for good cork pop.
No, not enough.
Nope.
Not enough. I've got Dark Arts here, single malt from the good folks at Dark Arts. So here we go. That was nice. I think Justine's was better though. Justine takes it. Cork pop number 1 of the evening. So cheers to Justine.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right, we're going to take a quick break, and then when we come back, we're going to be talking about E.H. Taylor joining the antique collection. We'll do that in just a few. Okay, let's talk about the people that make these shows happen. First up is the Stave and Thief Society. Via their in-person class at Moonshine University in Louisville, Kentucky, the Stave and Thief Society is the place where you, a bourbon enthusiast, can expand your knowledge and emerge an executive bourbon steward. In 2017, I completed my executive bourbon steward certification. It's the most comprehensive bourbon certification available and connects you with an expansive network of bourbon enthusiasts and professionals. Check out the full listing of in-person and online certifications and join the society today by enrolling at staveandthief.com. Speaking of Executive Bourbon Steward certification, the ABV Barrel Shop in St. Louis, Missouri has developed a unique partnership with the Stave and Thief Society to offer a preparatory class to assist you in getting your Executive Bourbon Steward certification. This prep class costs only $25 and is available to take live or online via Zoom. Graduates of our class receive a coupon code good for 15% off your Executive Bourbon Steward certification held in Louisville, Kentucky. This saves you almost $90. Additionally, you can collaborate with fellow attendees to split travel costs when you go to Louisville. If you're interested in signing up for the class, simply head over to abvbarrelshop.com and check out the classes and events page. Last but not least, we are sponsored by Neely Family Distillery. Royce Neely is the 11th generation distiller in one of America's oldest distilling families. A visit to Neely Family Distillery takes you through family history, where you can see all the artifacts and newspaper clippings through the years from this family that started distilling in America after James Neely arrived from Northern Ireland in 1740. Today, Royce Neely and his team are crafting some of the best spirits in America. Their bourbon and absinthe offerings keep winning top honors in the spirits competitions. Recently, their absinthe made history as the first platinum winner in the absinthe category at the San Francisco Spirits Competition. Neely Family Distillery is definitely a bucket list destination if you are a bourbon fan. Learn more about their spirit offerings, visiting their facility, and the awards they have collected over at NeelyFamilyDistillery.com. And now, back to the show.
This is Willie C. Moore, and I'm here with MB Rowland, and you're listening to the Bourbon Kit Daily.
Welcome back. Today on the show, we are talking about Colonel E.H. Taylor joining the Buffalo Trace Antique Collection.
Yes, we are. So, it was announced by Buffalo Trace that it's going to be joining the Antique Collection. Now, what they didn't say was everything else. What could that be? Could it be that it's a higher proof offering? Probably not. It'll most likely, because everything else in E.H. Taylor is bottled and bond. Of course, he was involved in the Bottle and Bond Act, so it makes some sense to leave it at that. So if that's not the case, then it will likely be well aged, versus, whatever we know it's at least 4 years. The people there will tell you it's usually around 6. This could be like a 12, 13, 18 year, whatever. I have, who knows what they're going to come up with for that. But I guess that's what I'm going to guess it's going to be. What do you guys think about that? Any guesses on your part? And what do you think about E.H. Taylor joining the Antique Collection?
They recently, just this past year, it seemed like they found a warehouse that they had lost track of or something,
Sure.
because E.H. Taylor hit the market everywhere. and flooded. Like in Southern Illinois, I mean, it was everybody and their brother was posting the crotch shots of them, picking up bottles, and they were happy to pay $79 for it, which I think is overpriced. But they also have a barrel proof.
Yeah.
Don't you think they would use that for BTAC?
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I mean, there's nothing in BTAC that's under 115, is there?
No. Yes, there is. Sure. Eagle Rare, we used to be 90, and now it's at 101, I think.
But isn't is that what is it, 17 year? Eagle Rare is what's in BTAC. Okay, I thought it was higher proof than that.
It used to be, So it's just I think because it was historically at 101, and I think that's how they landed to take it back to that
in the BTAC. Okay,
the BTAC.
Okay,
not the regular. The regular Eagle Rare is 90, of course.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I feel like they have to do something special with it in order to make it part of this collection, because obviously it's everything in it is special. And also to get it to the price point of the other ones in the collection. Like, they've got to do something to make it extraordinary.
Who knows? Different tube? Do you think
they'll make it gold.
Right, yeah. Wow, that's the thing. It's got to have something cool for the tube, right?
The regular Eagle Rare, I mean the E.H. Taylor here in New York is already at antique prices.
Really?
It was $160 in a store the other day when I went in there.
That's crazy. And Jim's right. In Southern Illinois, I don't know how they got all that, but you saw stacks, which we hadn't seen forever, like stacks of 5, like at all the liquor stores. We're getting like 5 cases. That looked like that was their allocation, I guess, because all of them had 5 stacks in there, which is wild. But
yeah, it was all over the place.
Right. Yeah. So, but yeah, it disappeared again, though. People bought it up at the whatever, $79.99 or whatever it was. So, yeah. But
they kind of sort of off topic, but kind of still on topic because it's Buffalo Trace. I haven't really looked. Have they talked about how much damage from the flooding? Have they disclosed that yet?
Yeah, nothing was impacted in terms of distillation or production, so that was unaffected. We did see, obviously the gift shop area and all that kind of stuff was to the roof, but they had it open within a week. They were doing tours with an outside tent, and then a week after that, they were inside on the second floor was cleaned, and now I think it's kind of back to business as normal there. I mean. Which is,
but none of the warehouses were.
No, they weren't impacted. So yeah, or minimal, maybe some of the.
I think there was
some right by the river there that obviously would be, but I think for the most part they weren't. So, which is wild. What happened there? Goeken just locked up. Oh.
I don't think so.
What are you looking at there, man?
I was looking at the Eagle Rare 17. You're not going to believe this. It's only 90 proof as well.
Well, they changed it now, so it used to be. That's probably an old photo, I bet. It used to be 90 proof. But the 2023 maybe in 2024 it should be 101. I believe.
Yeah, maybe they're just using an old bottle.
Could be.
This is Buffalo Trace's website.
Yeah.
But the picture when you go to Eagle Rare 17.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It like I said, they moved it, they bumped it up, and it hasn't been that long ago. Only because that's like I said, Eagle Rare used to be a 101 proof product, and then it got bumped down. I don't know if it was by Buffalo Trace. Of course, it was owned by Seagram's before that. I'm not sure where it got bumped. I have no idea.
Yeah, I think we looked that up on a show. It was 2005
when
they dropped it to 90.
Yeah, so. But yeah, it's good to see the expansion of that. I still would like to see, and again, it's not going to be called the Antique Collection, but I would still like to see some of the other heritage brands take a similar approach, where we get cool versions of some of our familiar products. Like Beam could do it easily. Heaven Hill could do something like that. Where they release a once a year thing where you get an Old Crow at cast strength that's 17 years old, and they got a bunch of them. They got a bunch of them that they could do that too that are historic brands. So yeah, that'd be cool.
That may be something that's coming in the future. With it seems like
there's definitely a lot of
sales down.
Yeah,
sales down.
Got to get creative. Yeah.
Yeah. And I think Buffalo Trace has got the market on, somehow they're able to hype their stuff so that everybody and their brother is looking for it. And,
Right.
they're not looking to make something, things more readily available. They're moving more items into the hard to find once a year. Hey, I got to have it, market.
Yeah. Yeah.
They're just adding another one. And that was, I don't know. I hope they don't get rid of it as a regular offering.
Oh, no. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't think
That seems to be the one that's when I go through Buffalo Trace, that seems to be the one that's the pick of the day,
right?
The most frequently.
Yeah. Joe, when's the last time you've been able to buy something from the antique collection?
About 4 years ago, I found a bottle of Weller, the William LaRue Weller, for $90 on the shelf.
Oh, nice.
It was next to a bottle of George C. Stagg. And I happened to I was buying bitters. I went into the store to buy them, and I said, "Oh, how much you want for the Weller?" And they said, "Oh, it's $89." I said, "Oh, all right." I said, "Do you have any more back there?" I got one for a friend. And now we only got one. So then I said, well, "What do you want for the Stagg?" That they wanted $700.
Okay.
So I left that on the shelf. They didn't know what the Weller was.
Wow.
That's crazy.
They're in the wrong business. Yeah.
Well, I just looked. EHTL, they have one in one store for $12.99. That's $1,299.
Wow.
For that.
For a small batch or a single barrel?
A single barrel.
That's still.
I went into a store and they had Elmer T. Lee for $49 a bottle. So I bought all 4 of them. I went back a month later and they had new ones. They were $499. They made a mistake.
Oh, wow.
So it's crazy what they're asking. And the sad part is people are paying those prices.
Yeah.
Because the stuff disappears from the shelf.
Right. Yeah. Crazy. Well, there you go. E.H. Taylor, now part of the BTAC collection. And I doubt any of us will have a chance to get it. But it'll be fun to watch it from the sidelines, if nothing else. I would assume people first year are going to be going crazy for it. And you'll hear the crazy secondary prices, I'll bet. So there you go. That's going to wrap this one up. Let's talk about where people can find us. Joe, we'll start with you. Where can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at bourbon_aficionado.
All right. Goeken.
I'm on Facebook at Jim Goeken and Instagram at Jimmy Big Hands.
Justine.
You can find me on Instagram at JA_Maze.
All right, for me, I'm an easy guy to find at Steve Akeley, Twitter, Instagram, or Facebook. I've got a website, steveakeley.com. We've also got a company website, abvnetwork.com. Check that one out. Everything that we do is out there. Also, come by and see me, the ABV Barrel Shop, the place where you can try before you buy. We're online, abvbarrelshop.com. Justine, anything else to say before we get out of here?
Just like to remind the audience to please give us a 5-star review. That includes comments that helps new people find the show, which is very important to us. Also, if you like what we're doing, please visit our Patreon page at patreon.com/the ABV
Great job today, gang. For audience, we'll have a brand new show for you tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Until then, take care, everybody. See ya.
Adios.
Adios.
Bye.
Peace. Before we let you go, let's talk about one last thing. The ABV Barrel Shop in the St. Louis community of Arnold, Missouri. The ABV Barrel Shop is focused on a couple of things. First of all, single barrels. We are the place where single barrels live. We go to distilleries, taste through the whiskey, select the best barrel, and have it shipped to our store where we present it to you, our customers, by allowing you to try before you buy. We're also known for the classes that we have in our education center in the store, as well as the events we have with industry professionals from the bourbon business. If you are in the St. Louis area, please come by and visit us at 6 Fox Valley Center in Arnold, Missouri. Or at a minimum, at least sign up for our email and text distribution so you know exactly what's going on in our shop over at abvbarrelshop.com. This is Steve Akeley, owner of the ABV Network, signing off. We thank you for listening to our programming and truly appreciate your support.
The Bourbon Daily is part of the ABV Network. For more information or to become a sponsor, please visit abvnetwork.com. Thanks for listening, and cheers.
This has been a Steve Akeley production.